Episode 17, The Coronation of Nero. A lot's been going on politically over the last couple of weeks. I don't need to tell most of you what the highlights are. It's all over the news. But as we get closer to the election here in the United States, I begin to realize more and more what's at stake. I spend perhaps too much time watching videos of Donald Trump pontificating, bloviating at rallies. And what he said has started to affect me in a way that I don't think it has in the past. It's not new, but perhaps it seems more dangerous now because of how real the possibility is that he may be elected in November. As is my wont, I started to think of metaphors and comparisons to help me understand the circumstances better, to help really paint a picture of what is at stake and how we can digest that and in a productive way so that we are truly voting our conscience come November, and we know that we're doing the right thing on whichever side we sit. But it's probably fairly clear at this point that I sit on one particular side, and so I reached back into history, and I found one example that I thought was particularly apt, albeit dramatic. And I wrote a poem of sorts, reflection, more like, about what I imagine certain figures in history would act like if they were Trumpified. And the one I'm going to share on this particular episode is Nero. So I called this one The Coronation of Nero. It stands to reason that I would be standing here. I am the only soul willing, the only soul able to stand to the forces threatening to burn our existence to the ground. My citizens, I know you see the sparks fly, some of them anodyne, matches for a home fire, and some the flash before a destructive dervish. No more home fires, no matches, no fire cannot come from just anywhere. You must trust those who burn. Do you put faith in babbling water to quell wildfires? Do you believe the noisome wind will choke out flames? Have you any hope the earth will cut down fire's path? No, of course you don't. Trust those who know how to tame the flames. Trust the ones who have spent their lives in the company of fire and have the means to control it. But it is not always unruly fire that concerns me. Sometimes, as you know too well, it is cold, bitterly cold. And not just anyone can light a fire that warms and does not step out into chaos. So have faith, believe in the power you see in front of you, the power that shows and tells of the promise of fire, the power that stands when so many others shy away in fear. I will protect you, and I will manage it. But I advise, do not attempt to act on it. Do not speak to it or attempt to know it. Give it over to me. I will own the fire. And let it burn where and when it is best. That's why I've been put here, isn't it? With this honor on my shoulders. I didn't choose it. I didn't choose to own the flame and all the flagrancies that come with it, but I do. Proudly. Now it is time for you to go, and when I need you to help me fan the flames, to stoke the fire, to fuel the conflagration, I will tell you. You needn't know for yourselves. And you needn't be wise to moments it roars. I will keep a watch on it. Just know this. It is for you, and to ensure you will always be safe, that I, like the great Vulcan, will forever safe keep the flame. For I tell you this, when fire is in the wrong hands, empires turn to ash.